Taking a live look now at the U.S. Capitol in Washington, the U.S. court system is facing a potential major budget crisis.
Officials say that Congress didn't give them the money that they had asked for, and now key programs could be cut. At least $76 million in payments would have to be deferred until the new fiscal year begins October 1st, unless Congress takes action.
So that would mean fewer resources for people who can't afford lawyers and slower cases in courtrooms all across the country.
Joining us now to talk about the offer and any concerns it may bring is Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes. Khalif, can we start here? Start with first, what are panel attorneys? And then how would these deferred payments affect them? What are your thoughts?
On the federal level, it's the same as in North Carolina, a court-appointed attorney. You have court-appointed lists for folks that are indigent, people that can't afford services, legal services, that is. A famous case, Gideon versus Wainwright, made it clear that a person facing a criminal offense, specifically a felony, was entitled to representation. And so if you can't afford one, you know the words from the TV shows, one will be provided for you, right? Yep. When I was the chief magistrate, I'd sit in the courtroom, people would come in there and I'd let them know, hey, this is what you're charged with. You're charged with assaulting a female. Maximum punishment is 180 days. Guess what? You can represent yourself, hire an attorney, or I can appoint you an attorney. What do you want to do? I probably do that 1,000 times every morning. Most of the time, folks say, you know what, I can't afford an attorney. I'm thinking about hiring my own, but let me go ahead and take that public defender right now. Well, that's what that is. That moment right there where they're facing the punishment, something more than, a fine of $500 in our state, because we also have something that Gideon allowed us to create, was a general statute that has that same type of language. Yeah, folks are going to need representation because the Constitution requires it.
All right, so let's talk about possible cuts, the domino effect here. Administrative, caseloads, what's the trickle-down effect? What can be affected from this?
It has secondary effects, and it has real-world first type of time effects. So the first thing is looking at what the court talked about in their recommendation and their testimony in front of Congress. It said that there are real threats out there to the judiciary. First of all, like online, cyber threats. So the cybersecurity cost has went up, that IT infrastructure and security to ensure that there is support behind the scenes so the court system can run. Everyone's going to this electronic filing. Federal system has done it for years. Individual states are now doing it. And in that process, that's a lot of data to be holding and keeping in one location. When it was paper files, you knew, hey, those files were on the 8th floor at the courthouse. You can go find them, and someone had to get in there physically to get to them. Now they don't have to do that. They can access those files from the confines of their home. So now that increase, what people didn't contemplate, is now being a heavy burden on folks, older people, that really don't utilize the internet. So you have people making the decisions on the resources that aren't understanding this cost is probably going to be triple what it cost before to secure it. On top of there, you have those panel attorneys that now have to be paid. So what did they say in their hearing? Yeah, we may have to delay funding. Well, that's not a good sign for an attorney that's attempting to feed their family. That's why I never was on any court-appointed list, because I didn't want to have the fear of doing the work and maybe not getting paid later. And that's what they're saying. Delayed payments means you submit a bill in January, you might not get paid until October. That's 9 months. That's hard to take care of your family. You can't say, let me show up to Kroger or Food Line or Harris Teeter and say, I'll pay you in 9 months, but let me get the eggs today. It doesn't work like that. But that's what they're asking attorneys to do for these folks that the Constitution says are entitled to representation.
And that's a hard thing to say yes to. But so what do people need to know? Not saying that, someone's like, ooh, I shouldn't go commit a crime because I might not be able to get a public defender. But if people are in the middle of their own legal battle right now and they need a public defender, what do they need to do?
Well, it's not going to be on the person because the Constitution requires it.
Right.
So if our state, say North Carolina, because they sent out something like this last year, and it says that they may potentially not be able to pay attorneys until late spring and things like that on the IDS, the Indigent Defense Services Fund, where all this type of money comes from. But there will always be someone there to find representation. You'll get a public defender, you'll get a private attorney that they can appoint to your case, but then how do those folks get paid? And then what happens is some of those folks just decide, I'm not going to get on those lists. So now you have inexperienced attorneys representing folks, and so then it's a vicious cycle. You maybe get folks that don't understand how to handle those types of cases, but they're taking them because the opportunities are there. But someone is going to have to foot the bill. So deferred payments, late payments, early payments, it's all a payment. And it all lands on us as taxpayers to try to figure it out. But how you appropriate those funds and understanding how the funds are needed and how they'll be utilized, that's extremely important.
All right, again, our Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes weighing in on that for us. Khalif, thank you.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.